Welcome to your yoga practice. Happy Juneteenth, the most authentic day of liberation and freedom in our country. Let's settle in for some deep breaths. So taking a comfortable seat, or Toby's saying you can also just stretch out any way that feels good. And we'll sit tall. Here you might close your eyes, rest your hands on your lap, maybe bring a little movement into your hands or arms so you can feel some sensation of warmth or friction. And then coming towards stillness. Breathing at your own pace and your own way, trusting that it's good enough, that you're fine just how you are. Slow breath in now. Slow breath out. Let's try breathing in through the nose. Top it off. And then breathe out through pursed lips. Continue like that if it feels good for you today. Keep breathing. So today is the celebration of Juneteenth, the day when 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, word finally reached the last of the enslaved people in our nation. So yoga is all about liberation. It's not just of the individual, it's about of the collective liberation. None of us is free until all of us are free. That can be credited to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Fannie Lou Hamer, both obviously civil rights activists, and of course Maya Angelou put her own touch on it. But this idea of freedom not being true unless it is freedom for everyone is just as relevant today. My goodness, it's just as relevant today. So let's see about bringing one hand to our heart, one hand to the earth, and just sitting with it for a moment, thinking about what freedom means to you. Maybe being curious about what it means to others. Freedom to live how you choose to live. Freedom to practice any spiritual practices that interest you. Moment of acknowledging and appreciating that we're fortunate to right now live somewhere where we're allowed to practice and study yoga. It's not the case everywhere. Hopefully it will be the case for us. So appreciating our freedoms, maybe making a little commitment to do what you can to help uplift the freedoms of others. So let's get our bodies moving so we can feel good and free in them. Hands to your knees. Keep your spine straight while we inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, leaning back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Good. Do this a couple times. Your hips might lift and wobble as you move around. Just notice how things feel. And then when it's right for you, go ahead and switch directions. Good. Excellent. Come back through center. See how it feels to switch the cross of your legs. You know, for a lot of us, we put the same leg in front every time, and there might be a reason. Maybe that's what feels best. But let's see about doing the same thing with the opposite leg in front. So inhale, lean forwards. Exhale, back. Spine long, so kind of like we're top spinning here. So the invitation to keep the spine long just helps keep more of the sensation and stretch down in the hips. Sometimes we really press the heart forward and draw the heart back. Actually, give that a try. Maybe what's true for my body isn't true for yours. And we'll switch directions. So here you could try pushing your heart forward, pulling it back. Whatever feels best, do that. Good. Come to center. On an inhale, stretch both arms up, look up, pull up as high as you can. And then on an exhale, your right hand comes to the ground, left arm up and over. So really stretching the left side body, but see if you can notice it in the hip area. Good. Inhale back to center. Maybe look up. And then exhale, left hand to the ground, right arm up and over. Try to keep your right hip rooted just so we have some leverage, really pulling. And breathe yourself back to center. Let's bring both feet to the ground. Hands can move back behind you. Go ahead and puff up your chest and then let your legs rock side to side. You might do this at about half the speed that you would kind of naturally go for. So slowing it down. Noticing maybe you can feel a bit of a deep tissue massage on your bottom hip. So as your knees fall to the right, that right hip is getting a massage or gluteal muscles. All right, coming through center, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then you can sway your legs a little side to side. When you sway your legs towards the left, getting a little more stretch in that right hip area. When you sway them to the right, getting more around the left IT band area. If you find a sweet spot, please stay there and breathe a couple breaths. Good. Let's unwind those legs and take the other side. So left ankle over right thigh. And then shift your legs side to side. Pay attention to how the sensations change as your legs shift. And maybe finding a sweet spot to stay with for a couple breaths. Wonderful. Release. Bring the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. You might bring the feet a little farther away from you than usual. Slide your hands under your shins, under your calves. And then imagine gluing your hands to the ground. Pull your heart forward. Your elbows can be pressing into your thighs. Breathing here. And then round your spine, let your head hang heavy. And you can rock your head around a little side to side. And let's sit up. Stretch your left leg long, right foot pressing into the upper left thigh. Inhale to stretch your arms up. Exhale, a little twist to the left, and then fold forward and down. You don't have to keep that leg straight. You can let it bend a little bit. As long as we're feeling a stretch in the back of the left leg, we're doing it right. Some people might want to sway. Swaying, especially over towards the left, could help bring in a little more sensation in your right hip. And then sit up tall, plant your right foot, take a twist to the right. Just passing through here. Go ahead and release right away. Try to cross your right leg over your left, hooking the left arm on the right knee. Return to that twist. And release. Now let's drop the right knee down so the right leg is in a figure 4 on the left thigh, and lean forward. Try lifting your heart, and then try rounding your spine, letting the head drop. Notice how the sensations might change. For me, it's pretty dramatic. When my spine is lifted, I feel a lot in my right hip. When my spine rounds, I feel a lot all the way down my left calf muscles. All right, let's sit up and switch your legs. So right leg long, left knee bent, left foot pressing into the upper right thigh. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, a little twist to the right, then fold forward and down. This is a whole new side, so honor that. It might feel very different. Remember, it's fine if we let a little bend come into the right knee. And you might sway a little bit. One more breath. Let's make it really slow. And sit yourself up. Left foot coming to the ground. Right arm can hook around the left leg. Give yourself a twist. We'll just pass through for a breath. And release. Try crossing the left leg over the right. Sit up tall. Take your twist. And release. Drop your left knee towards the ground, so left leg is in a figure 4. Excuse me, I hope my mic mute worked on that sneeze. All right, then we'll fold forward. And again, you can explore how the sensations transform when we extend the spine, lifting the heart, and when we round the spine, dropping the head. Couple more breaths. Good. We'll release this, and let's just come all the way up to standing. When you get here, bring your feet out a little wider than usual. You could shake your arms, bounce. I saw one woman I follow on social media. She is in her 80s now, I think. She did not start working out or having an active life until I think it was her 70s. And she's doing great now. And she calls this bash your bones. So imagine bashing your bones on each other. This is really great, especially for us women who lose bone density over time, but good for everyone. Good for our joints. Good for our nervous system. One more breath. And come to stillness. Okay, feel your feet on the ground. Feel the next breath move in through your nose, out through your nose or mouth. Inhale, stretch to the sky. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze the shoulders together, look ahead. Exhale, fold down. Plant your hands and step the right foot back in space. You could drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Shift your hips forwards and down while you look up. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Shift your hips back, walking your hands back, straightening the left leg. Left toes can point at the sky. Imagine hooking the left hip. Pull it back in space, and then maybe walk your hands over to your left side, so right arm coming over the left leg. Good, breathing, bring your right hand back on the right side, bend your left knee. Let's tuck the right toes, step ourselves back to plank pose. Breathing in here. Breathing out, one more breath in, really push back through your heels, hug your core muscles in, and then shift forward on your toes, lower your knees, your thighs, your belly. Point your toes back. On an inhale, lift your heart, cobra pose. You might keep it low. Maybe today you want to push your hands into the ground, lift up. Maybe you want to bend one or both knees too. Another breath. And lower everything down. You can stack your forearms and rest your head. Shimmy your hips a little. Good. Hands alongside your chest. Tuck the toes. Press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. And here you might take some movement, swaying the hips slowly side to side. Maybe bend your knees and bounce. Bouncing your hips, your thighs. Shaking the meat on the bones. And then coming to stillness. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Engage your core. On an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. On an exhale, step or swing it to the top of the mat. Drop your left knee and untuck the toes. Press your hips forwards and down. Try to look up. Good. One more breath. And tuck your left toes. Take a giant step up, forward fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. Squeeze the shoulders together. Pull the heart forward. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Maybe come up to your toes. And exhale, feet on the ground, hands at your heart. Take a breath. Notice how you're feeling. On an inhale, let's stretch up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, take your half lift. Exhale, fold down. Left foot stepping back. Shimmy your right foot to the edge of the mat. We'll take lizard pose. So I've come to my fists. Some people like to lower down to their forearms. You could also drop your left knee down. Give it a couple breaths here before we play with something else. Good, so right arm on the inside of the right leg. Big stretch here through the left hip flexors and the right inner thigh. All right, now we can try dropping the left knee, bending the left knee. Press your hips forward and down. So now we're getting a quadricep stretch, and then you can roll to the pinky side edge of your right foot. Couple breaths here. And left toes to the earth. Step your right foot back, finding plank pose. If the knees stay lifted, then really press back through your heels. Engage your core. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. And shift forward on your toes. Lower your knees. Lower all the way down. Point the toes back. Inhale. Find your cobra. And maybe bend the knees. And lower on down. Give yourself a little break. Now let's tuck the toes, push ourselves up and back. Downward facing dog. You could take movement again, or maybe this time we settle in for 5 to 8 slow, full breaths in stillness. Remember, nothing should be hurting. This might be difficult, but we don't want to be staying in pain. So if you need to, you can always lower down to child's pose or puppy pose. The head is heavy. One more full, slow breath. And as you exhale, really intentionally engage your core. Carefully lift your left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat and shimmy it out to the pinky side edge. We'll keep the right knee lifted for a moment. And then drop your right knee. Let's try bending the right knee. Press your hips forwards and down. Maybe roll to the pinky side edge of your left foot. Couple more breaths. All right, planting your left foot, bringing the right toes back to the ground. Big breath here. And then I forgot something. So we need to step back into down dog to, let's see, step the right foot forward, drop the left knee, straighten your right leg. There we go. Let's keep ourselves relatively even. So now we're in half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Imagine pulling your right hip back in space and maybe bring the left arm over the right leg. And walk your hands off to the side. Keep breathing. And then bring both hands to the mat. Bend your right knee. We'll go ahead and step the left foot up, fold forward. Inhale, give yourself that halfway lift. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause and just notice how the body's feeling. You might take a little shake or shimmy out. And then we will come back to our seat. If you have a folded blanket, you might want to perch on that. And let's cross the right leg in front. And you can stay just like this if this is enough work for your hips. Otherwise, pick up the right leg, cradle it like a baby. And maybe you try hooking your arms under your shin and calf. A little forklift. You can stay here, sitting nice and tall, or stack your right ankle on top of your left knee. The right knee might stay pointed up, it might be just how your bones are. Maybe it lowers down towards your left foot. You can add a little bit of pressure, but again, we don't want to force anything. With movement and practice, our bodies will open up to where they're supposed to. Sit really tall. And then maybe you can bring your fingertips to the ground in front of you. Maybe walk them forward. Maybe you can reach Toby. And let's bring ourselves upright. Unwind your legs. Both feet can be on the ground for a second. Maybe let the knees shift side to side. And then we'll cross the legs, left leg in front. Again, this might be where you stay. Just sit nice and tall, breathing. Maybe you lift up that left leg, supporting around the foot, ankle, knee. Seeing how that feels, or doing that little forklift, bringing your arms under your lower leg. Sitting tall is really the key to getting good sensation in the hip. And then you can set your left leg down on top of your right. See how that feels. And you might notice there could be a difference side to side. We're not symmetrical animals. Sit up as tall as you can. Breathing, maybe bring your fingertips to the ground. Maybe walk them forward. Reach for the imaginary or real feline in your house. One more slow breath in. And let it go. Let's sit ourselves up, unhook the legs, scoot off the blanket if you were on it, and you can roll on down to your spine. From here, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open away from each other, finding Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle. It might feel helpful to wedge your hands or arms under your hips and seat. For someone else, they might have their hands on their torso or arms outstretched. You can stay like this if it feels good to your body. Otherwise, go ahead and stretch your legs long. Let yourself settle into a moment of rest in Shavasana. Breathing here with the thought, nobody is free unless everybody is free. Deepen your breath and give yourself a stretch as you release your practice. When you're ready, let's come back up to an easy seat. Notice how you're feeling and bring your hands to your heart. Give yourself a bow of gratitude for your efforts. If you'd like to close by chanting Om, let's take a big breath in. Om. A deep bow of gratitude. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy. just a little note of inspiration. If anyone feels compelled, today might be a very good day to call your representatives and encourage them to keep teaching real history. How can we love something if we don't truly know it? I believe American citizens need to know our honest history. That's all. Thanks for being here.